All right, so Jericho and Sammy had their match. And now, apparently, because it's a big show, Sammy Guevara has a friend that's a rapper like everybody else, some fat guy, and it was really rotten, exceptionally rotten. And the people were sitting on their hands. Is this, I ask this every time, but certainly to God, this just had to be a friend of Sammy's and not like a professional rapper, right?
You say the exact same thing every single time there's a rapper on these shows. And every single time I tell you, I don't know. I actually don't know who this guy was.
He can't get paid to do this. He can't be a he get paid to stop doing it. But I can't imagine anybody paying him to do it.
Maybe they give him stock.
So, the deal with Jericho and Sammy is Jericho was, switched babyface because he was going to join the other heel group and leave all of his appreciators and stab him in the back. But that heel group stabbed him in the back, so he thought about the error of his ways. And Sammy has been the one to say, I'll always be there for you, but you are full of yourself, right? And there was a little needling back and forth, and they're going to have a match and just see what happens, right? So there's supposed to be some build amongst these friends before the tempers flare, one would think, right?
The booking of Chris Jericho, the Chris Jericho-led booking of Chris Jericho has been atrocious for a long time, and I said it a long time ago. There's a way to get value out of Chris Jericho, and it comes from not letting him book himself.
Okay, but point is that they shook hands to start the match. They did one spot with a shoulder tackle. Sammy did a nip up. They both slapped each other in the face and then started throwing punches the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, the match layout was stupid. What do you want me to tell you?
And so basically I zoned out on most of they went to the break. They came back. I saw Sammy do a backflip off the top to the floor right past Jericho, landed on his right knee and sold it kind of big for a second. And then Jericho went for his leap off the top rope to drop kick or clothesline or do whatever to the guy that's on the apron. And Sammy tried to stop him with a super kick. But Jericho landed flat-footed and stopped 2 feet short of Sammy's foot. And Jericho got the walls, and I'm writing, this is so long now. And they helped each other balance precariously on the top rope, and then Sammy did a cutter off the top for a 2 count. And then it was like at that point, I know they were trying to sell like they were exhausted. I'm not sure how much selling Jericho was doing and how much legitimacy there was, but it was like they were in quicksand. And then Sammy goes to do the backflip off the top rope, shooting star, whatever the fuck. And Jericho tries to jump up and catch him with the code breaker, and they kind of fell in a heap, but it was close enough that Jericho got the 3 count. So Jericho beats Sammy. And then Jericho offers Sammy his hand, and they shake and they hug. And then Sammy turns around and kicks Jericho in the balls. And out comes Don Fallis, and Sammy has joined the Don Fallis family. So Jericho had to beat him 1, 2, 3 so that then he could turn heel and join what?
Was he going to turn if he beat Jericho?
I guess not. I guess if he won, he'd have been fine. But then Don must not have had very much confidence in him because Don was waiting right there to walk out. The point of if you're going to turn a fucking guy heel, why wouldn't Don come out and make the difference and Sammy beat Jericho? Rather than, okay, I'll beat him. Now he can kick me in the balls and then he joins the heel group after I've already beat him.
That's a total Jericho move. The guy's going to come out and cost you a match. How about we do it a different way? I beat Sammy and then everything happens after I beat Sammy. The Don Callis, everything with it has been backwards. He accepted joining the group for it to be revealed that they were going to turn on him, thinking he was going to reject the group. And then him and Sammy got kind of close again, while the other Jericho appreciators got mad at him. And then Sammy loses to him and immediately turns heel and his manager's just ready to come out. It's like they skip steps, necessary steps, for things to make sense.
Well, here was a step that they took.
Obviously, you agree.
That made, again, we just talked about it a second ago. MJF and Adam Cole pull up in a sports car, and MJF cuts the promo on Samoa Joe in the match tonight. And of course, Cole said he's going to be right there for MJF in his corner. But Cole gets a call from Roddy, and he says, "You're not going to die, dude." And he rushes out. And again, I wrote, this is silly.
Yeah, why is he putting up with it? Why is Adam Cole putting up with it? He looks like a moron for doing it.
Yes, when opponents, or these are not technically opponents yet, but when opposite forces are cooperating in obviously unbelievable shit with each other and react, it kills the baby faces. It just does. So whatever the fuck.